Chapter 7. He pulled open the front door and waved us inside. The front hall was almost as big as our whole house. The walls were covered in big paintings of old-fashioned-looking people. An enormous glass chandelier hung on a thick chain from the high ceiling. I sniffed. I smelled chocolate. "I think Edgar is baking a cake," Whitman said, "to welcome you." I peeked into the dark living room. Small purple creatures floated up and down in a tall glass tank. "Those are my jellyfish," Grandpa Whitman said. "You can check them out later." "Are they poisonous?" Rachel asked. "Probably," Grandpa Whitman answered. "Follow me." He walked to the wide wooden staircase at the side of the room. The carpet on the stairway was tattered and worn. The stairs creaked and groaned as Grandpa Whitman led us up to the second floor. We followed him down the long, dimly lit hall. We passed a room filled with old radios. Another room had trains set up in a miniature town. We stopped at the end of the hall. Grandpa Whitman pushed open a door. "Go ahead, take a look," he said. Rachel and I stepped into the doorway and peered into the room. Grandpa Whitman flashed on the light, and we both gasped. Dozens of ugly, grinning faces stared back at us. "Oh, wow," I murmured. "I can't believe this. So many dummies." The room was jammed with ventriloquist dummies. I glanced around at half a dozen old-fashioned couches and chairs. 2 low coffee tables sat side by side, and there were grinning dummies sprawled over every piece of furniture. Some sat in little chairs. Several were on the floor with their backs against the wall. I saw a pile of dummies near the window, just heaped on top of one another. Rachel shook her head. "I hate the way they're all grinning." She turned to Grandpa Whitman. "They're so ugly and creepy. Why do you like them?" He walked into the room. He smiled at the crowd of dummies. "These are my children." Rachel rolled her eyes. "I think I have every famous dummy in history," Grandpa said. "Look, that's Mr. Tipley over there." He pointed to a dummy wearing a black tuxedo and a tall black top hat. "He was in a dozen movies." "That's Charlie Harley and Foo-Foo, and the one with the goofy face and all the freckles, that's Ronnie Rascal." "Thrills," Rachel whispered. "They're awesome," I said. "They are totally cool. They're all different, and they're all funny looking." "These are all TV and movie stars," Grandpa Whitman said. "They're all famous." "Know what?" I told him. "I'd love to have a ventriloquist dummy to entertain the kids at the YC. I could put on great shows, do a comedy act." Grandpa scratched the back of his head. "Your mother always wanted to be a comedian. Beats me how she ever became a banker. What a mystery." I gazed from dummy to dummy. "The kids at the YC would love a funny ventriloquist act," I said. "They'd love it like a toothache," Rachel muttered. Grandpa Whitman laughed. "Rachel, you're funny." "I was serious," Rachel insisted. A dummy in a gray suit and shiny black shoes caught my eye. It was perched in an armchair against the wall, away from the others. Something about this dummy sent a shiver down my back. Its big head had an evil red-lipped grin, and it appeared to be smiling right at me. The dummy's dark painted eyes locked on my face. "What's that one called?" I asked, pointing. "That dummy is called Slappy," Grandpa Whitman answered. "Let me tell you about that guy. He's an interesting story." But before he could begin, Edgar slid into the room. He stepped in front of Rachel and me. His dark eyes were circles of fright. "Stay away from Slappy," Edgar rasped. "Stay away from that one. I'm warning you."